Hey there, welcome to the Make It Funny edition of Giggly, where I take your suggestions and I make them funny. Today's suggestion is from Baller, whose suggestion is gardening. I see that a lot of people garden, and I see that a lot of people enjoy gardening. I can't ever garden, and it kind of sucks. You say, Dave, why can't you garden? Because I eat too many vegetables. I think gardening is only for the casual vegetable eater. See, if you're somebody who normally lives off of McDonald's or whatever, and then occasionally you enjoy a good vegetable, then gardening is perfect. Like, oh, today I'm going to cook up my zucchini that I cooked out in my garden. When's the last time you had vegetables? I don't know. It's been months. But man, am I going to enjoy my zucchini? Oh, the tomatoes. You should come on over and have some of my tomatoes. Like, it's more of a novelty, like a fine wine, than using it to actually feed yourself, which is why I can't garden. My entire diet is almost all vegetables. So if I were gardening, so that I could eat, that would last all of a week, and then I'd be sitting there with an empty garden with nothing in it. Because it turns out, things don't grow overnight. They don't. So it's like, oh, great, I got my garden. I've got my beets, and I got my cucumbers, and I got my kale. Oh, boy, this is great. I wait a couple weeks. All right, my stuff is all grown. Let me grab all this stuff and eat it. All right, 2 days later, now what? Do I just starve? Because I don't have I don't have 20 acres of land to go. At that point, it's not gardening anymore. Right now, we're into farming. So I don't have enough land to garden enough to feed myself with the vegetables, which means I'm basically buying vegetables from the grocery store. So then why am I even gardening in the first place? Which brings me back to the first point. You can only garden if you're going to eat vegetables casually, which some might argue is better, because then you could appreciate it more. Because, I'll tell you what, I eat so many vegetables, even if you brought over the most scrumptious homegrown tomatoes, I wouldn't know the difference. I'd be like, the stuff from Walmart, your stuff that you spent 3 months growing, yeah, it's a little better, but I'm going to all throw it into a stir fry anyway, so what does it matter? Is what I said. So for that reason, I can't garden. But then you says to me, person standing in my doorway, well, how did you get in here? What if you do it for like Zen-like purposes? Like it's not about food consumption. It's like a meditative thing. And I say, all right, that's fine. But my argument here was that I can't garden. And I would be just sitting there meditating / thinking about what a waste of time this is, because I'm not going to be able to sustain myself. Like you always hear that, like people who are like, hey, I'm going to survive the apocalypse because I know how to garden. And I'm like, no, that'll get you through a week. Then what? Especially because vegetables aren't exactly filled with a lot of calories. Like it's not like you can eat everything in your garden, wait a month, and then eat again and think you're going to survive. So now we're back to you need 20 acres of land, which now we're back to farming. So that's not gardening at all. Which is also an interesting question. Sort of like the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. At what point does gardening become farming? Is there a cutoff? Is it in a book somewhere? Like, you can take it to like half of your yard, but once you've gone 3/4 of your lawn, you're now a farmer. And yeah, congratulations to anyone who got the Copenhagen reference. Yeah, I'm not going to explain it here. Because I'm talking about gardening, fruits and vegetables. And then there's the people who are selling stuff where you can garden indoors. And I can't do that either, because I have cats. I remember one time I had the bright idea of buying a plant. I'm like, I wouldn't mind having a plant, until I did a little research, and it turns out like every plant is toxic to cats. Like, oh, you want to buy this plant? Well, your cats will be dead, but your kitchen will look pretty. They're like, there's one plant you can have and have cats, and that's a plant called catnip. I'm like, all right, great, except for it's not really pretty. Plus, then we run into the same problem. Me and my cats run into the same problem. Hey, guys, I've grown you fresh catnip. They're like, yum, yum, yum. Okay, do you have some more fresh catnip? I will in about a month. We're all just going to sit here on the kitchen floor and starve until my gardening catches up and your catnip grows. So, anyway, that was fun. Thanks for the suggestion, Balder. And if you would like to leave a suggestion for me to do whatever that was, put it in the community post and, maybe you'll be lucky enough. You could tell your friends at the bar, like, hey, you ever seen that show Giggly Giggly? And then your friends will go, no. Well, he did my suggestion. We don't know what you're talking about. There's a show. There's a guy. He's got, like a modest amount of viewers, but he did my suggestion. Yeah, would you just shut up? But he did my suggestion.